From street hawker to CEO, the untold Lagos hustle story. The heat was unbearable that afternoon in Lagos. The air shimmered above the highway, and the sound of honking cars, vendors shouting, and radios blasting mixed into the city's heartbeat. In the middle of that chaos was Chuka, a young man of 24, darting between yellow buses with a bowl of sachet water balanced on his head. Sweat soaked his faded shirt, and dust clung to his legs, but his eyes burned with the fire of survival. Pure water. Pure water, 50 naira, he shouted, weaving between cars, smiling through the exhaustion. Every day was the same, endless traffic, endless hustle. But deep inside, Chuka carried something stronger than hunger, a dream. He didn't want to die on the streets. He wanted to build something that would outlive the noise. At night, he returned to his small room in Mushin, a narrow space with peeling paint and a broken fan. There, he would stare at his cracked phone screen, scrolling through pictures of men in suits, boardrooms, and shiny offices. One day, that would be me, he whispered to himself. He had no father to guide him, no rich uncle to call, but he had faith, and in Lagos, sometimes that's all you need. Chuka wasn't always on the street. 2 years earlier, he had worked as a messenger for a corporate office in Victoria Island. It was his first real job, and he cherished it, the air conditioning, the smell of coffee, the sense that maybe, just maybe, he belonged. But Lagos has a way of humbling you. One day, a client's document went missing, one that Chuka had been asked to deliver. Though it wasn't his fault, he was blamed, humiliated in front of everyone, and fired on the spot. He had walked home that day under the rain, his box of belongings soaked through. His last salary barely lasted a month. When hunger came knocking, he turned to hawking, first snacks, then pure water. That first week, he cried every night. But after a while, he learned to smile through it. Because on the streets, pride doesn't feed you. Still, every time he passed by the skyscrapers in Victoria Island, something in him stirred. He remembered the woman who once treated him kindly in that office, Tola, the HR assistant who always encouraged him. "You've got potential, Chuka," she once said. "Don't let this city crush you." Those words became his quiet anthem. One hot afternoon, while selling water near CMS, Chuka saw a courier rider speed past with a branded delivery bag. The man looked confident, free, not rich, but independent. That image hit him hard. He realized people made money moving things, not just hawking. Lagos ran on movement, packages, food, documents, supplies. That night, under his dim bulb, he scribbled on a sheet of paper. Chuka Supply and Delivery Services. It was just an idea, but it was something. He started small. With 20,000 Nigerian nairas he had saved, he bought a used phone and borrowed a friend's bicycle. He began helping market women deliver goods around Yoba and Oyingbo. At first, they laughed at him. But he was fast, polite, and honest. And in Lagos, honesty spreads like wildfire, it's rare. Within months, people started calling him Chuka the delivery man. Past. One day, his phone buzzed with an unfamiliar number. "Hello, this is Tola," said a familiar voice. "Do you still remember me?" Chuka froze. "Tola. More, of course I do." She laughed warmly. "Good. I've heard about what you're doing. There's a construction company that needs someone reliable to handle daily material supply. I thought of you." Chuka's heart pounded. "Me?" "Yes, you. But they'll test you first. You'll have to deliver on time and in full. Think you can handle it?" He looked around at his small shop, one rickety table, a fan that groaned, and a stack of receipts. "I can handle it, Ma," he said, voice trembling with belief. That night, Chuka barely slept. The job was too big for him alone. He needed trucks and money. There was only one person he could ask, Connor, his old friend. Connor had grown up with him in Mushin but now ran a small transport company at Ojota. When Chuka visited him, Connor was lounging by his truck, sunglasses on, chewing gum. "So you need my truck for your company, ABI?" Connor teased. "No pure water boy won't do CEO now." Chuka swallowed his pride. "Connor, laugh all you want. But if I deliver this job, we both make money." Connor chuckled. "You still get mouth sure. Okay, I give you one truck. Don't disappoint me." Chuka shook his hand firmly. "I won't." The first delivery was chaos. The truck broke down on the way to Ebejuleki. The site manager threatened to cancel. The driver shouted. Chuka sat by the dusty roadside, sweat dripping, his shirt sticking to his back. He whispered, "God, if this dream dies now, what else do I have?" Hours later, the truck finally arrived. The client checked the goods, nodded, and signed. When the payment alert came through, Chuka fell to his knees, tears streaming. It wasn't just money, it was validation. Business started to pick up. Tola kept sending small contracts his way, and word spread that Chuka Delivery always delivered, no excuses. He hired 2 riders, then a second truck. He repainted his shop, got a new signboard. Chuka Logistics Services. The name made him smile. He still wore simple clothes, but he walked differently now, shoulders high, voice steady. At night, he prayed not for wealth, but for consistency. Because Lagos taught him that success without structure is just luck, and luck fades fast. A few months later, Connor returned, not smiling this time. "Guy, that company you're supplying, they are looking for another contractor. I want in. Use your connection." Chuka hesitated. "Connor, I can't. They trust me because of my integrity." Connor's tone hardened. "So you think you're better than me now?" Chuka sighed. "No. I just want to build my own way." That was the last day they spoke. Success had created distance, but Chuka knew some relationships aren't meant to continue on every level. One morning, Chuka received an unexpected email. It was from the same company that had fired him years ago. They were inviting Chuka Logistics Limited to submit a proposal for a major supply contract. He stared at the email, heart racing. The same building. The same company. But this time, he wasn't their messenger, he was their potential partner. On the day of the meeting, he wore a navy blue suit, neatly pressed. His beard was trimmed, his shoes shined. The receptionist greeted him politely, not recognizing him. Inside the boardroom, he spoke with calm confidence about delivery systems, logistics efficiency, and trust. His voice didn't shake once. When he finished, the managing director smiled. "Mr. Chuka, your proposal stands out. We'd like to work with your company." For a second, the world went silent. Then it hit him, he had come full circle. The deal changed everything. Chuka expanded his team, bought 3 more trucks, and rented a bigger office in Suralia. His small shop dream had turned into a real company. On the wall of his new office, he hung a framed quote. "The street doesn't define you. It trains you." Tola visited sometimes, proud of his progress. She smiled watching him lead meetings and mentor his young workers. "You've built something real, Chuka," she said one evening. "No," he replied. "We built it, you believed in me when no one did." Months later, after signing his biggest contract yet, Chuka gathered his small team in the office. He stood before them, holding the contract paper, eyes glistening. "I used to sell water in traffic," he said. People laughed. Some days, I wanted to give up. But every drop of sweat built this dream. Never let your beginning shame you. Hustle with honesty, pray with faith, and your time will come. His workers cheered. Some wiped their eyes. The evening sun poured golden light into the room, turning it into something holy. That night, when everyone had left, Chuka stood by the window of his office, overlooking the glittering Lagos skyline. He loosened his tie, took a deep breath, and smiled. In the glass reflection, he saw two versions of himself. The boy who once ran between buses with pure water, and the man who now ran a logistics company. He whispered softly, "I made it. But not just for me, for everyone who believes it's possible." Outside, the city roared on, buses, horns, streetlights flickering. But inside that room, peace lived. The same city that once crushed him had now crowned him. Moral lessons. 1. Your background doesn't define your future. What matters is your consistency, faith, and discipline. 2. Hard work pays, but honesty multiplies it. 3. Never despise small beginnings. The smallest step forward is still progress. 4. True success isn't measured by wealth, but by the lives you inspire.